and welcome to Chatting with Kora. I'm your host, Kora. Now tonight, we are lucky enough to have an actress, a musical theatre performer, a spokesperson, and a benefactor of the arts. Please welcome Karen McDonald. Karen, how are you doing? How goes the quarantine?
Hi, Kora. Oh, the quarantine is going, fine. I'm feeling a little cooped up like everyone, but we'll get by just fine, won't we?
Of course we will. Now, what have you been doing to pass the time in quarantine?
Oh, well, I've been doing a lot of decoupage work. I'm a fan of decoupage. Are you familiar with decoupage?
I have seen examples of it on the internet.
If your viewers aren't familiar with decoupage, it's where you take a picture and you put it on an objet and lacquer it and rather crack it. And it looks very distressed and just really pretty. Sometimes I'll do flowers or things like that on any objet you have. Sometimes it's a vase or maybe an old chest. It's beautiful, beautiful looking for the shabby chic look.
Oh, that's amazing. I have seen your Etsy site, and the stuff there is beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to go back a little bit and to where you got your start. Now, performance. Were you always a performer as a little kid, or were you bit by the acting bug a little later on?
Well, actually, a little later. You may say I have no formal training in acting, but actually, I went to Herzing Career College and I studied to be a dental hygienist.
Really?
But I did learn, strangely, a lot of acting there. I learned a lot of things to say, like, no, that doesn't smell bad at all. There's a lot of things you have to say in the course of your work that you have to do, like, oh, no more painful than a pinch on the arm. So you learn a lot of great acting skills there. And I quickly left and I decided to go to New York City.
Wow. So this is New York. This is going back a few years. What was New York like back then?
Well, it was fabulous. It was a time of Keith Haring and all these fabulous artists and Michel Basquiat. I didn't know who they were back then, but now I know. And that was the time. And I had applied to go to theater school there. And I was so thrilled when I was accepted. Are you familiar with the Little People's Theater?
I don't think I am.
Yes, well, I was accepted. I was so thrilled I was accepted, but I was accepted in error. It's a theater school for little people.
Oh.
Yeah, it was founded by Billy Barty. The hilarious comedian Billy Barty. He's a very small comedian, little person. And actually, the Little People's Theater, they graduated some of a lot of the people from Wizard of Oz who went on to appear in little people roles there. So it's just an amazing theater. But when I showed up on the first day, immediately they knew and I knew something was wrong. And so luckily I lasted 3 days. 3 days. And when they broke the news to me, they really liked me, but they broke the news to me that this really is a program for little people only. And I'm clearly not a little person. I'm normal height.
I guess that was a small problem.
Yes. And, I just learned, a lot of things that have stuck me to this day. Like, I will never, ever let anyone applebox a friend or myself. Those things, that is a very serious problem, being appleboxed, and I will not let that happen. And to this day, I'm now a benefactor of the Little People's Theater, and I donate.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I donate what I can. Sometimes it's just, some used clothes. I will often wash them in very hot water and then dry them in a really hot dryer just to shrink them up and then send them down. So they're already pre-shrunk.
Oh, how thoughtful. Now, Karen, so after you left the Little People's School.
Little People's Theater, yes, Little People's Theater.
Where did you go next?
I got cast in an amazing Broadway musical. It's called Dance of the Vampires. Let me tell you, the thrill of our opening/closing night was amazing. The reviews were not good. and it was a German musical based on a vampire, and it has the dubious distinction of being the worst musical ever put on Broadway. And well, there's that then, right?
So that closed. And now, did you stay in New York?
I moved to Stratford, and some of the best parts I worked, wow, Stratford. Cordelia in King Lear, Desdemona in Othello, and Bianca in Taming of the Shrew. I did the costumes for all of those, and it was just a thrilling honor. Because I did have some sewing skills, so I did help do some of the mending of those clothes. So that was an exciting 3 seasons at Stratford.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, I loved it there.
Do you have any plans on going back?
Somehow I was encouraged not to apply again. I'm not sure why, but who knows?
Okay, now I want to fast forward a little bit to your most well-known work. It's something that I'm sure our audience knows you for. It was your work on CBC's hit show, Street Cops. That show was my youth. That right there, I would watch with my family. We'd watch it every week when it came on.
To this day, people come up to me on the streets. I'm in Longos. I'm anywhere else. And people go, "Oh my God, aren't you Helga Cornell, the district attorney with heart?" And I say, "Yes, I am, but you should be wearing a face mask and please stay 2 meters away." So, I'm still being recognized, and it's such a thrill and honor.
Yes, and you haven't aged a bit.
Thank you. It's all the Botox and plastic surgery, and, you just get just enough not to look freakish,
All right, now, Karen, what are you working on now?
Well, lately, I've not been doing too much TV, but I'm just out there, of course, doing my Etsy shop and doing what I call the commercial circuit. Just doing a lot of commercials. I think you've probably seen me in some of the Kingswood group. They've been a great benefactor of mine. Praise Zazaz.
Yes.
It's just wonderful.
Yes, the Kingswood group. Funny you should mention that. They've come on. Well, they're no longer a sponsor. They were a sponsor. I don't know what happened, but they were great for those 3 shows.
Well, they're great people. And, I really think, they should sponsor you more. And, you should interview the owner. He's a wonderful man. His name is Zazaz. Praise Zazaz. He is... Bless Zazaz.
So, Karen, have you met Zazaz?
No, I've communicated with Zazaz, many times. He's a wonderful man. He's Greek, I believe. Greek.
Okay.
Yes, I can set you up with him.
Karen, please, this is amazing. I really would like to have a moment with Zazaz.
That would be great. We'll set you up.
Karen McDonald, here are your 11 questions. What's your favorite food?
Pepperoni chicken.
What's your favorite movie?
The Underling with the fabulous Marty McShaw.
I haven't seen that.
You should. It's hard to find.
What's your favorite musical person or group?
The Ray Conniff Singers.
What's your favorite website/podcast?
Zombocom. You can do anything with Zombocom.
Now tell me, what is one of the best moments of your life?
The birth of my son.
And what was one of the worst moments of your life?
The birth of my son.
How are you feeling in your quarantine time?
Decoupage. Bien sûr.
When this quarantine is over, what is the first thing you're going to do?
Group sex.
Now, Karen, tell me one thing people don't know about you.
If I told you, you'd vomit and end the interview. I know. I've told people.
Okay. If we were to go on a date, where would you take me and what would we do?
I would take you to a very fancy bar and we'd have lots and lots and lots of fancy cocktails. Then we'd go scuba diving.
Are you a gold star gay?
I give myself a gold star.
And finally, what is your favorite sexual position?
Reverse 69 double felch.
Well, Karen, I think I have learned more about you than I ever thought possible. Thank you so much for appearing on Chatting with Kora.
Praise Azaz.
Praise